Hello, all my wonderful aviators. Randomed787 here. So today's actually the first day of Flight Sim Expo, and as a little treat, this was expected that we were going to be getting this. We have the Piper PA-28 Dakota. Hopefully, I said the entire thing correctly. I know it's the Piper Dakota, but I've never flown this plane. This is my first time flying it. This is going to be all first impressions. I'm very excited to fly this because I absolutely love Pipers. I flew a few back in the day, like, oh my gosh, maybe over a decade ago when I used to take a few flying lessons. So but yeah, let's go ahead and go through the motions. Let's get rid of all the covers here, and today we're gonna be flying around Providence, Rhode Island, because we just got a new it was actually a little bit more than a city update. Did you just drive through my plane? How dare you? So yeah, since Flight Sim Expo was in Providence, Rhode Island, we actually got some photogrammetry updates for Providence, and also more of the northeastern United States. Even Manhattan has finally been updated, and I'm gonna have to probably do a flight there maybe sometime this weekend or next week to check it out. So anyway, let's go ahead and just marvel at this plane for a sec. Ooh, I could check the oil. Okay. Does it say it looks good? I don't really see any oil there on the dipstick. It might just be for show. Oh well. All right, so we could check the fuel. Not as good as, like, say, A2A, but that's still a cool little detail. All right, move the pitot cover there, and we'll make sure everything else looks good. Let's go ahead and move the ailerons here. Very nice. And flaps look fine. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing and check it. All right, good. We got a little storage compartment there in case we want to go on a nice big long trip. All right, how do I move this? Just like that. Okay, perfect. I think this is called the horizontal stabilator. I believe that's what it's called. Ooh, those are some nice sound effects. Oh, I can't wait to fly this thing. It is made by Carenado, and I know some people have mixed opinions on them, and you know, granted, I understand that. You know, it's just because I think it's because their planes aren't very in-depth. They're kind of basic, but they're still really fun to fly. But I'm really excited to fly this, so let's go ahead and... Does this thing actually open? Or... No? Okay, I guess I gotta go in this way. Ooh, baby. Oh, doesn't that look nice? Oh my god. Yeah, we gotta first go through the detail here. Holy cow, look at that leather. Oh my. That is some nice leather. Oh, that looks so good. Oh man, can we open this? Nice. Beautiful. And I don't think we can open this. Will this let us go back out? Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, that's common in Pipers. You got a little thing to like seal it. All right, let's go ahead and get this plane started. I'm gonna turn off my IR tracker because I get honestly disoriented when I'm not intending to use it. So let's go ahead and open up our checklist here. I always skip the pre-flight inspection part. Okay, park and brake is set. I believe that would have been right there. Yep, I still remember my Pipers. All right, prop. Oh, wait on. I gotta reset my controls here. Just give me a quick second here. All right, Bravo throttle. Oh yeah, it's set to the 737 Max. Yeah, I don't think that's what we quite want. I really wish that this would get fixed here. That these constant load times, it's just so irritating. All right, good. All right, so we'll set the prop to max. Fuel selector. Where is the fuel selector again? Hang on, I want to try to... Oh, right here. Okay. So let's see. I believe we gotta switch it from right to left. Good. In fact, actually, let me make sure that this plane is actually filled up. So let's go to flight performance here. Fuel, we got 50%. Yeah, that's all we're gonna really need for today. We're not gonna really be doing much. I'm sorry if I'm clearing my throat so often. I just had a nice egg sandwich. So it's just trying to get it out, I guess. All right, so back to the checklist here. So carburetor heat is off, and that would be right here, I presume, or no, that is the primer. All right, where is the carb heat? Actually, I think that's it right there. Yep. Okay. Avionics masters off. Starting engine, master switch, and alternator on. Beautiful. Nice sound effects. Electric fuel pump. Probably gonna be over here somewhere. Yep. Not really hearing any fuel pump there. All right, mixture rich, throttle, 2/4, and ignition. Where is the ignition? Right there? Okay, cool. All right, let's see how this plane sounds. Oh, let me set my altimeter there. Ready? Here we go. Okay, I think we're missing something here. All right, yeah, stand by. Okay, so I literally, for the life of me, could not figure out how to start this freaking thing. I tried everything I could. I tried looking for maybe a fuel valve switch or something. I could not get this plane to start at all, so I just had to do a Control E and just say screw it. So I think the plane is having some issues right now, which is a real shame. Luckily, it's free. You get it the second you boot up the sim. So all right, so let's go ahead and go through the rest of our checklist here. So in flight, before takeoff, parking brake is set, RPM set, that, adjust throttle to get around. Okay, so that's going to be our run-up checklist. Go ahead and turn on our transponder here. Not going to be, oh, that's good. It comes with an autopilot, but we're not going to be using that. We want to get a good feel for how this baby handles. So, all right, let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Man, am I getting performance issues? That's probably because of OBS. OBS always causes issues. All right, let's go ahead and advance that throttle forward. Yeah, real huge shame that this plane, I can't even get it to start manually. I don't know why. All right, we'll just stop right here for a quick sec. All right. Let's pull up our, not the checklist. Let's pull up this. Let's see which runway they're recommending today. They want us on runway 15. That's where the wind is coming from. So that's runway 3. That's 23. And let's see. No, that's 3. Come on, where's 15? Is this it? Thank you. Jeez Louise. All right, so yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to do a back taxi on the runway. Not a big deal. Go ahead and get moving, but hopefully you're all doing very good today. Hope you're all excited for Flight Sim Expo. I was thinking about going, but I don't really feel like spending the money, even though it's only a 3-hour drive from where I live to go to Providence. That would have been very convenient, but you know, you got to pay for a hotel and then gas and everything like that. Just I don't really feel like it. And plus, I think I could do just as much coverage from back home in the comfort of my own chair. All right, we'll go ahead and make a turn right here to back taxi on the runway. And yeah, we'll put the flaps down later. Oh, let's go ahead and get our rest of our lights on here. Want to let people know that we are up here. Huh, that's weird. How long is this runway, or is that just a hill? It might just be a hill. All right, we'll go ahead and turn around right here, and we'll do our run-up. All right, set the parking brake. Alrighty, before takeoff, parking brake set, prop max, RPM, we'll adjust that to 2,000. Come on. Come on back. There you go. Let's get rid of the yoke here. Alright, magnetos. Let's check the left one. Alright, go back to both. And now the right. I'm not gonna lie, those are some pretty big drops, but if it's Carenado, I don't think that's gonna actually be simulated. All right, vacuum gauge. Let's take a look at that. Where are you at? Where is the vacuum gauge? Hang on, but let's cheat. Ah, okay, it's way over there. Okay, that looks normal. All right, let's check all of our instruments here. Oil pressure, oil temperature, fuel pressure, all that looks good. Annunciator panel, we'll give that a quick test. And carb heat set to off. Actually, no, you want to actually check the carb heat. All right, that's oh, okay, good. It does go down. Good, that is simulated. That would have been very critical if that was not simulated. All right, well, now we'll cycle the prop. And we'll do that 2 more times. Really takes a while for that RPM to get back up. Jeez. All right, electric fuel pump is off. Power to lever. I was gonna say level. Back to idle. Engine gauges are still all in the green. Suction looks good. And that power back to 1,000. And carb heat is off. Flaps set for takeoff. Trim is set for takeoff. Flight controls. Give those a quick check. Good, they feel good. And parking brake release. All right, anything that they want us to... Okay, best climb rate's 85 knots. Okie dokie, whatever they say. All right, parking brake off. Let's go flying. Can't say the sound effects are all that great. Let's see how it actually flies. Alrighty. Get some trim in there. All right, we can put the flaps up. And we'll make a quick turn out of here and we'll head over to Providence and check out the wonderful scenery. So where would that be? I think that would actually be over here. So let's turn to the right. And we'll go up to about maybe 2,000 feet, just so that way we can get a good view of everything. All right, bring the manifold pressure and the RPM back so we don't over torque the engine. Not that it'll be simulated. All right, I believe this is Providence right here, so we'll go ahead and... Oh, wait, now we're climbing still. Gotta keep an eye on that. All right, let's bring that manifold pressure back quite a bit more. I'm getting a little too fast. Alrighty, there we go. We have Providence right here. Providence, Rhode Island. Looks absolutely gorgeous. It is a bit of a cloudy day here, so we're not going to get that much sunshine, but the weather is actually really calm. The winds aren't bad at all. It's a very smooth day for flying. Yeah, a lot of popping, man. That's the one thing I really hope ends up getting fixed at some point. The popping for this game is, wow, monumentally bad. I don't know if that's one of the issues being looked at for Sim Update 3, but I highly doubt it because I have seen no improvements to that. I don't know if it's anything to do with my settings, it could be, so I can't really say. All right, we'll go check out that area over there, see how that looks. Let's descend a little bit. Let's have a little fun. Yeah, let's do my favorite thing, a slip test. You know me, I love doing slips, especially in tail draggers. Yeah, it's actually performing quite well. Wow, I'm impressed. For this being just a tricycle gear airplane, man, this thing can really go down. Color me impressed. Nice. Yeah, but if I had to give my overall first impressions, this plane is kind of mediocre, I'm gonna be honest. And I know some people are gonna be saying, well, duh, it's Carenado, but you know, I'm not gonna complain too much because you know what? It's a free aircraft. I think that's great. And I'm sure I'll probably fly a little bit. It's a Piper, you know. I love me my Pipers, but you know, when it comes to general aviation airplanes, you know, nobody tops A2A Simulations. And I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I don't need to be because I just adore all their airplanes, and I just wish my Comanche 250 could work for this sim. I tried moving it into the community folder and everything, and it just doesn't work. I just cannot get it to work properly, and it just devastates me. But if I had to fly this plane in the meantime, I don't think that's quite a bad thing. I'll say this, the modeling on the plane is really nice. It's just the sound design, and the fact that I couldn't start the engine manually, that's a bit of an issue. All right, we'll just level off here at about 2,300 feet or so, and we'll do a little bit more flying around Providence. Not too much longer, and then we'll head back. Maybe do maybe a landing, maybe a touch and go real quick, just to kind of get a feel for how this plane feels. In fact, let me open up the checklist here and see if it tells me anything that I should know. Okay, so fuel pump is going to have to be on. Actually, you know what? Speaking of fuel tank, let's go ahead and switch the fuel tank. Let's see, prop RPM. No, it doesn't tell me anything I need to do in order to maintain speed. Maybe I'll have to do a stall test, but I got a good feeling. As long as I got 65 knots around there, I think I should be okay. You know, a lot of Pipers generally do kind of fly similarly, I think. I don't know. I'm not a Piper expert, but I got a good feeling that this plane won't be very difficult to land at all. Pipers are very easy planes to fly. All right, we'll go ahead and turn over to, I believe this is the main airport for Providence. Go ahead and check that out really quick, see what it's like. Maybe get some nice external drone camera views. Alrighty, so I think we'll head back now. I'll do one touch and go, just to kind of get a good feel for the airplane. Wow, look how the sun is just shining through all this. This just looks so damn beautiful, man. My goodness, the lighting in this game is just impeccable. You can't beat that. I absolutely love it. Do we get any sound effects if we do this? Wow. Didn't even bother to add a sound effects. Yeah, just kind of like I said, I'm gonna be honest, this plane is kind of mediocre. I'm not gonna lie. I would not be happy personally if I spent money on this, so I'm very glad this is free. I mean, as far as the way it controls, the way it controls is fine. You know, I don't really have any issues with that. It's just when it comes to, honestly, it really does come down to the small details. As much as some people might disagree with that, those small details can really matter, especially when it comes to immersion. You know, just sound design, like little subtle things. Small details can really go a long way, and I really care about them, especially with aircraft and flight simulator. You know, I really do care about those small All right, let's see where we are on the map here. That's where we were. So let's check for runway 15, which I believe is right there. Gonna go ahead and land the same runway here. Let's go ahead and check the field elevation just one more time. All right, so we're gonna want to maintain about 1,400 feet. It's actually really not at all different from the airport I fly out of when I fly my gliders. Yeah, that'll be our pattern altitude. Yeah, this plane really wants to climb quite a bit. All right, let's start descending this airplane. We'll go ahead and turn on the fuel pump since that was one of the requirements. Oh, hang on, I did not turn on my IR tracker. I always turn that off when I'm trying to get all the drone camera views, because it can really get in the way. I don't know. What do you think of this plane, bud? You having a good time? Think it's okay? All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's looking at me to agree with me. All right, we're coming up to our pattern altitude here. Go ahead and set our power. Not too much, though. I want to maintain a slower airspeed. All right, let's take a look at our checklist one more time. Power level, good, 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 good. All right. All right, we'll turn in. All right, we'll turn right now. Looking good. Just a tad high. Yeah, I want to really slow this plane down. Let's get our prop RPM back to. All right, let's go ahead and bring the power back even more. And we'll start our turn. Whoops, don't want to go up. Man, you really got to slow this thing down in order to get to the flap speed. Otherwise, we're going to overstress the flaps. There we go. I do like that those flap in the wind. That is a nice little detail. I do like that. All right, next notch of flaps. All right, coming up nicely. I think it should be a good turn. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Get a little bit more power in there. Just a little bit. Got to prop us forward, mixtures forward. All right, we'll go ahead and put in 30 degrees of flaps there. Just to kind of get a feel for what it's like at full flaps. Power off. All right, full power. All right, not bad for a first landing with the Piper Dakota. That was not bad at all. All right, put the flaps up there. Bring the manifold pressure and prop RPM back. And we'll go ahead and level off here. Set our cruise power, or I should say, kind of slow cruise power. Yep, and then this will be our final landing for the day. And we'll go back into the hangar or just the parking area and call it a day. Just wanted to do a quick little flight here just to see what the plane is like. All right, power back. Drop forward. Lead off that airspeed. All right, flaps 10. Might be a tad bit high, but that'll be fine. We can easily bleed that off. Wow, 2 perfect lineups. Look at that. I'm so good. All right, just a tad bit high, but we can easily lose that. All right, flaps 30. Good, right on center line. I'll go ahead and keep the power off now. You can just glide the rest of the way in. Not quite as good as my first one, but it'll do. Alrighty, and we'll go ahead and make a turn right off the runway here. And we'll go park this bad boy. Alrighty, and we'll just taxi back to the parking. Let me just bring up the map here and see where we need to go. Right over there. Sounds good. So yeah, it was a pretty... Oh, and I forgot to turn my RR tracker. It was a pretty fun flight. So yeah, my first impressions, yeah, still about the same. It's a pretty mediocre plane, not gonna lie. But again, it's free. You know, I can't complain about that. So, but I mean, if you guys are looking for maybe a fun Piper to fly, this might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I could definitely see why people aren't the biggest fans of Carenado. I could definitely tell you there is no way I would pay money for this. Absolutely not. This is definitely warranted for being free, and I'm glad it is. I mean, I'll give the credits where it's due. You know, like it's the modeling is very good. You know, I like that those... I don't know what those things exactly are called. My apologies. That those things over there that flap with the wings. I know they're important. That I do know. I do like that that's detailed, but like I said, you know, those small details, like for example, open this up, you get no wind sound effects. I mean, I feel like that should be kind of basic. You know, it's just those little things that really bring it down for me. We'll go ahead and park over here. Park right next to this guy. Hope you don't mind there, partner. Oh, hey, now let's go a little forward. Little forward. Go. All right. Set the parking brake. All right. Get our checklist out. And shut down parking brake flaps. Electric pump is... Whoops. Okay. Whoops. I accidentally hit that. Avionics. That is there. Prop. Set that. Right all. We'll lean the mixture. Good. And turn off the magnetos. And master an alternator. And that'll conclude the flight. All right. Let's see. Can I actually open this? That would be cool if I could. You not? The heck? You can't even open the door? Wait, hang on. I saw a little something there. Hang on. What was that? Okay. I guess you can't even open the door. Alright. We'll just step outside then. Alrighty. So, that's going to conclude it for this flight, guys. I will be covering some of Flight Sim Expo for the weekend. I mean, I don't know when the videos will exactly be up. I'll try to get them out as quickly as possible. So, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And until the next video, my fellow aviators, peace out and happy flying.